Today we are talking about order of operations. First, let's look at a couple of vocabulary terms that will help us understand this topic. An expression is a number sentence with at least two numbers and one operation. So 1 times 1, 4 times 5, or you can have more than two numbers. You could have 3 times 2 plus 4, and even more complex expressions such as open parentheses, 4 plus 5, close parentheses, times 2 plus 1. Here are some other terms. Determine, evaluate, express, solve. And all of these terms mean to solve a problem. We are determining an answer. We are finding the value in an expression. We are expressing it in another way. They all mean to solve your problem. Which brings us to the term equation. An equation is a statement that two things are equal. So let's turn these expressions into equations. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. They have the same value. 4 times 5 is 20. We can determine through multiplication that 4 times 5 is 20. But to tell you what, guys, it's getting a little bit more complicated here and here. So let's take a look at those. Well, I've cleaned up my desk so I can think clearly, and let's look at this first expression right here. This expression has three numbers. It's got two factors and an addend. It also has two operations, which are multiplication and addition. Now, normally when solving a number sentence, just as you're reading a sentence, you work from left to right. But there are a set of rules that may change the order of operations. This set of rules is called Pemdas, or Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally. Pemdas. Let's look at what the letters in this acronym means. P is for parentheses. E is for exponents. M is for multiplication. And D is for division. A is for addition. And S is for subtraction. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. If we look at this order, it tells us that multiplication comes before addition. And here we have our multiplication problem, and then we do our addition problem. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus 4 is equal to 10. Let's look at this next problem. We've got a set of addends in parentheses, a factor, and another addend. Our operations are addition, multiplication, and addition again. According to our PEMDAS rules, we would do whatever is in parentheses first, then we would do the multiplication, then we would do the addition. We determine the sum in the parentheses first, and then I like to stack my problems so that every part lines up. According to PEMDAS, multiplication would be the next order. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 plus 1 is equal to 19. Let's look at PEMDAS in action. We already stated that to solve an expression, you need to work from left to right. We talked about the meanings of each letter in the acronym, which was P for parentheses, E for exponents, M for multiplication, D for division, A for addition, and S for subtraction. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I'll tell you right now, Multiplication and division have the same rank. And addition and subtraction are the same rank. And that makes sense because multiplication and division are essentially the same operation, except they are inverse operations. What multiplication puts together, division takes apart. And the same is true for addition and subtraction. They are related inverse operations. What addition puts together, subtraction takes apart. So they have the same rank in the Pemdas system. Working left to right and following Pemdas rules, we would do division first in this expression, not multiplication first. So the correct answer would be 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 4 times 4 is equal to 16. It would not be correct to say 2 times 4 is 8, and 8 divided by 8 is equal to 1. Because when the operation is of the same rank, you work from left to right. So in the Pemdas order of operations, there's actually 4 groups. The first thing you would do would be your parentheses, anything in parentheses. The second thing you would do is any of your exponents. The third thing, your multiplication and division from left to right. And then finally, you would do your addition and subtraction from left to right. Okay, let's do a couple of problems. Let's try 10 minus, open parentheses, 2 times 4, close parentheses, plus 1. I know it seems like there's a lot of numbers in this expression, but if we take it bit by bit using Pemdas rules, it's really quite easy. First, we evaluate the factors in the parentheses and then bring down the other numbers in our expression. Now, because this is addition and subtraction and they're at the same rank, we are still going to work from left to right. So the first thing that we're going to do is the 10 minus 8. 10 minus 8 is 2. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Let's try one last problem. Open parentheses, 5 minus 4, close parentheses, plus 6 divided by 3. We can see with the Pemdas order of operations that the parentheses will come first, the division will be performed next, and finally the addition. So this is a different order than is left to right. First we perform the operation in the parentheses to get a 1, and then we bring down our 6 and divide it by 3. From here, we can see, according to Pemdas order of operations, we're going to have to do the division first, and then after that, do the addition, even though it's not in that order when we read from left to right. So we are going to divide 6 by 3 first. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Our answer to that problem is 3. Well, I hope this video helps you understand a little bit more about the order of operations and Pemdas. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally.